After more than a month of leaked web pages, representatives spilling the beans, ads in bustling train stations, hype, and more hype, the curtains were finally lifted last Tuesday, June 17th, and the performance officially began June 23rd. Since June 17th, the coverage on the refreshed $795 Chase Sapphire Reserve via blogs and other credit card YouTubers has been rampant. As great a job as the community has done in covering the card and evaluating the card, wow, there are just so many moving pieces, such that to get a grasp of all of them, it might be a little tricky. And so in this one, I'm going to be talking about the refresh CSR and the associated details, but not in the more conventional way of Section 1 multipliers, Section 2 benefits, etc. Instead, let's isolate 10 of the most important but perhaps easily missed details of this whole refresh. Feel free to jump around the video if you don't really want to hear about one of these things, but as you probably know, creators love audience retention, so I appreciate you for as long as you choose to watch this video. And if you end up getting value, consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Number 1, I believe, is an unprecedented one in credit card history. Typically, when a card gets refreshed, there is a period of time in which existing card holders can still pay the lower annual fee while getting access to the new benefits. Clearly, Chase weighed the pros and cons of offering existing card holders that sweet spot period and concluded that, nah, not about that goodwill. Existing cardholders only get the new benefits starting October 26th, so the Edit Hotel credit, Dining credit, StubHub and Viagogo credit, free Apple TV Plus and Apple Music, Peloton credit, and complimentary IHG Platinum Elite status. My wife upgraded one of her Freedom cards to a CSR in early June, so obviously we're not pleased, though I can kind of, sort of, though also not really, get Chase's choice here. If the new benefits were made available to existing cardholders on the go-live date of June 23rd, then we would have surely used the semi-annual benefits, so the Edit, the StubHub, and the Dining, before June 30th, after which they would reset, and then we would be able to use them again until the end of the year. Maybe Chase just expected that too many people would be doing that. I mean, as we'll go over in the future details, a lot of them seem to be targeted at credit card maximizers. Number 2 is another thing that is happening on October 26th for existing cardholders. The 50% boost that they get for redeeming on Chase Travel is unfortunately going away. Such a simple and solid way to have gotten value for your points, especially for things like economy flights and for boutique non-big brand hotels. Alas. New cardholders as of June 23rd won't even get a taste of the flat 1.5x on the travel portal. Instead, they and existing ones will get up to a 2x points boost on certain travel portal redemptions, so the value on the portal is 1 to 2 cents per point. I imagine that the upper range is going to be for more expensive flights and hotels, so could be better or could be worse for you. Probably worse for most of you. Thankfully, until October 26, existing cardholders will automatically get the maximum of the 1.5x and the points boost for all redemptions. This leads nicely to number 3. Points earned by existing cardholders before October 26 will qualify for that 1.5x on the travel portal, including points that are earned on other ultimate rewards earning cards like the Freedom cards, as long as they are moved to the CSR before October 26. On and after this date, points can only be redeemed on the travel portal under the new points boost mechanism. We have just one more key date for you guys to be aware of, which is October 25th, 2027, the last date that you can redeem your valid points for 1.5x. Essentially, 2 years to get the maximum of the 1.5x and the points boost. Hopefully the mumbo jumbo of dates isn't too confusing for you. Simply put, if you want to maximize the number of points that you can redeem for the flat 1.5x, make sure to earn them before October 26th of this year, and then you have a 2-year runway in order to redeem them. We'll now turn to some of the new benefits on the card that have some more interesting nuances to them, starting with number 4, the Apple TV Plus and Apple Music credit, or more appropriately, the free Apple TV Plus and Apple Music subscription. If you purchase Apple TV Plus and Apple Music with your CSR, don't expect to see a statement credit on that transaction. Instead, there will be some link to a free subscription that you can access with your CSR. Sure, by this not being a statement credit, you'll be losing out on some points through the multipliers, but otherwise there's just no difference. Just make sure to not purchase these subscriptions with your CSR. Next, the Edit Hotel credit at number 5, where you'll get $250 in semi-annual credits when you book a stay at one of the hotels in this curated collection. The key point is that unlike Amex's counterpart in fine hotels and resorts, you'll need to stay a minimum of 2 nights. This drastically changes how I see see the long-term value of this credit. Yes, all of these hotels are on the more expensive side, but if you could just book one night at, say, $400, well, you get it down to $150 with the $250 credit, and then you still get things like the $100 property credit, daily breakfast for two, etc. But for 2 nights, the out-of-pocket cash cost is bound to be a lot. So note that you could still use Chase points to cover the cash cost so that the redemption is completely free. Let's see how the points boost works out for those edit hotels. If all or most of them are at that maximum 2 cents per point, then it'd be pretty good. Lastly, on new benefits, we have number 6, the IHG Diamond Elite and Southwest A-List statuses that you unlock with $75,000 of spend on the CSR in a calendar year. You also unlock $500 in Southwest credits by when you book through the travel portal, as well as $250 in credits at the shops at Chase, which, okay, to be fair, you can't replicate at all by spending on other cards. However, if you're primarily after one of those statuses, there are, or at least maybe, better ways. With the IHG One Rewards Premier card, you unlock Diamond Elite status with just $40,000 of spend in a calendar year. Just $40,000. Then for Southwest A-List, you get it with either 20 one-way qualifying flight segments or 35,000 tier qualifying points. With the Southwest credit cards, you earn 1,500 tier qualifying points for every $5,000 of spend, so getting 35,000 tier qualifying points would require 24 instances of $5,000 of spend or 120,000 total spend. Obviously less optimal than the $75,000 of spend on the CSR, but if you are after that Southwest A-List status, odds are you are flying with Southwest a decent amount. With a combination of paid flights and credit card spend, there are ways that you can attain that Southwest A-List status at less than $75,000 of spend. With just 4 more details to go, we're now turning away from just looking at the CSR and into some broader changes that Chase is making as part of this overall refresh. For number 6, let's talk about the new Sapphire Reserve for Business card. Like the personal version, it also comes with a $795 annual fee, and its offerings are very similar to the personal version, with the notable exception of its credits. Unsurprisingly, the business version has credits that can be very useful for small business owners in the ZipRecruiter, Google Workspace, and Gifts.com credits. However, I wouldn't recommend the CSR for business to sole props such as myself, as it will be inherently more difficult in order to offset the annual fee with those credits. Maybe it can be a good one and done play just for the welcome offer. I recorded this video before June 23rd when presumably the welcome offer will be made public, but I imagine that it will be huge, say at least 150,000 Chase Ultimate Reward points, but also the spend requirement will be huge, say at least $15,000. Probably not a good welcome offer play unless you have some big purchases coming up. Alternatively, if you're going to be spending a lot, even if you already have a Sapphire card, why not go put that spend towards a welcome offer on the other Sapphire card that you don't have? That's right, with number 8, the one Sapphire rule is going away. Previously, you couldn't get a Sapphire card through a new application if you already had a Sapphire card. While there was a workaround where you can upgrade one of your existing Freedom cards to the Sapphire card that you don't already have, there was no way in which you can earn a welcome offer on that Sapphire card if you already have the other Sapphire card. But now you can get the welcome offer on the CSP if you already have the CSR, as well as the CSR welcome offer if you already have the CSP. The one Sapphire rule was a rare and unique one in the credit card space, as for other issuers like American Express and Capital One, or even within some of Chase's other credit cards, you were not locked out of the welcome offer on other cards within that family if you had that card. So you may see this change as a positive one, and it is in isolation, if you can get approved for the welcome offers. Number 9, Chase Pop-Up Jail. As reported by View from the Wing, Chase confirmed the following. New account bonus offer eligibility for either card will be based on factors including previously earned bonus offers and the number of cards opened and closed, among others. Sound familiar? Based on your history with American Express welcome offers, introductory APR offers, or the number of cards you have opened or closed, you are not eligible to receive this welcome offer. Amex Pop-Up Jail has long been a thorn in my side, as well as probably the sides of many other people who Amex views as credit card maximizers and optimizers. I hope that Chase won't be too strict with this pop-up jail language, but at least they've given themselves the option in order to be so. And if Chase Pop-Up Jail proves to be restricted for enough people, probably Probably the best way to get out of it would be to put a lot of spend on your Chase cards. And finally, number 10, the Sapphire Welcome Offer 48-month rule is changing. Currently, you have to wait at least 48 months from when you last got a welcome offer on either the CSP or the CSR in order to get another welcome offer. Chase issued a statement that they are transitioning away from this to a same product premium eligibility. The time frame will be longer than 48 months, but we aren't able to share additional details. It's a continuation of how, in terms of the welcome offer treatment, Chase is splitting the CSP and the CSR into separate tracks. Summarizing points number 8 to 10, you can now get welcome offers on both the CSP and the CSR without waiting, but your eligibility for those welcome offers is determined by some of your individual factors. However, you'll have to wait longer than 48 months in order to get another welcome offer on the same Sapphire card. What would absolutely floor me is if the Sapphire welcome offers ended up having lifetime language. It's like, Amex, for the 10th time maybe? I see you, and I like what you're doing. Copy, copy, copy. If you were having confusion about one of the many moving pieces on the CSR refresh, then I hope that this video was helpful. Let me know in the comments what you think about any of these details or the CSR as a whole. I must say, like the rest of the credit card community, I've talked a lot about the CSR in the recent weeks. I think one of my upcoming videos will be a non-CSR related strategy video, as we love those on this channel, and here's one on screen for you that you may like. Here's your card nerd signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.